it's inspection day. You got to have all your uniform, your drawers, and everything in order. So I had my newspapers and my book there, and I got failed for that inspection. And so when I went up to the first sergeant, and he asked me, why did I fail? Well, I said, the technical sergeant is a racist. He told me I can't have these books and these papers in my drawer when I saw other people had their literature or whatever it was. Then he said, well, what did you have? I told him what I had. Then he said, who is your leader? I said, Wallace D. Muhammad. He said, that's my leader too. And next thing I know, he said, go on out there. He put me in an honor flight, and he brought the TI in and he chewed him out. And I said, man, you can't play with this dean. I said, you got to be serious about it. You got to be for real about it. So that experience caused me to really stop eating the pork, stop smoking, stop womanizing, and get on this dean. That was just one step. Like I say, Allah has been good to all of us. Allah has been merciful. Because a lot of things we did, we wouldn't be around now if Allah would have just punished, if he would have been a cruel taskmaster. And then Allah blessed me a few years later to be in a situation where Imam Muhammad was going to be the first Muslim to open up the Senate in prayer. And working closely at that time in Masjid Muhammad in Washington, D.C. with Sister Amatullah Sharif. Many of us know her. She won the Hadid Award, being the Iron Lady. And she said, well, the Imam is coming. We need to get something for him to do the day before. I was working at the Pentagon at that time and was a lay leader. I said, can we get him to the Pentagon? She said, that's an excellent idea. We worked on it. Not only did we get the Imam there, we also got Muhammad Ali to come. And it was a beautiful, wonderful experience. Those of you all who are computer savvy, you can go to archive.org and put in Imam Muhammad, and you'll be able to view that wonderful experience as what Imam Khalid Sharif was referring to. Moving forward, Allah blessed me to be among at a certain point in time where there were several Muslims in the military. Actually, I met Imam Sharif in Masjid Muhammad because he would come to Jummah in uniform, and so would I. And then there were a lot, because in Washington, D.C., we got about 4 or 5 or more military bases there. So we said we need to form an organization. And Muslim is first, so we called it Muslim Military Members. And then we set an agenda. We said we need some chaplains. We need some official chaplains so that we don't have to go to the Christians, the Jews, and others when we got religious, spiritual concerns. Allah blessed us. We went to Imam Muhammad, and Imam Muhammad said, yeah, y'all should have the same thing that they got. So that was enough to let us know we got to move forward with this. And henceforth, the first Muslim chaplain came on board because of a lot of the groundwork that we did, and of course those who came before us that didn't come under any title did. That was Muhammad Abdul Rashid. He just retired last week from the Army with honors, and also honoring our community, honoring Imam Muhammad. That was a first in the whole United States. And he came out of our community and he represented us well. And we're looking forward to him now joining this organization we got called Muslim American Veterans Association. And we want more of us to join this organization because we got so many veterans. I look at them today. I'm looking at one right now in the front row. But we're not active. We have to be activated. That's what Ramadan did for us. It activates us, and we became kind of kind of down and inactive. Ramadan should lift us up because we're reading Allah's word in the Quran. And Allah is telling us that we get nothing unless we strive for it. And so, join us, help us to reestablish this organization, the Muslim American Veterans Association. And one of our commanders, who's not, I don't believe he's here today, and many of you all know him, he's from Jersey, Brother Sami Ali. Let's make dua for him that he gets well, as well as in Chicago from post number 2, Brother Daniel Habil. Let's make dua for him that he get well, because they've done so much in a short period of time over the last few years to bring this organization up and do things that I wanted to do back when I started getting involved in this organization. And you see there's no sisters up here today, it's all brothers. But we know that there's a lot of sisters out there. I know one I'm thinking of now, Sister Aisha, Lieutenant Commander. And she could be here due to her health reasons. She's not here. But she wanted me to give you all the greetings. And also, she wanted to ask that you all make dua for her as well. So, I'm going to shorten my talk with something that I learned in while in the military, in the Air Force, and it's the 7 traits of a leader. Number 1 is a sense of responsibility, selflessness, and emotional stability, enthusiasm, professional competence, and integrity of character. And I'm leaving one out. It begins with an S. Selflessness, sense of responsibility, and self-confidence. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
Certainly appreciate, again, Staff Sergeant Major Bilal, one of the pioneers of the Michigan organization that co-founded, that led way to open up for the first chapters. Now, the next individual, again, he's an imam, Abdul Rahman Sharif, many know him, Wilmington, North Carolina. He is the one that brought the information back to me when the imam picked the flag up. At that time, I wasn't old enough to join the military, but I was looking at my life and what I wanted to do. When he brought that back to me, in Imam Muhammad's words, I made my mind up that I was going to the Air Force. And I became old enough in 1979, I joined the United States Air Force. And that put me in the nation's capital. And in the nation's capital, really is where we started the first organization, a Muslim military organization, under the Imam. I'm going to see if anybody knows it. I'm going to say the first word, I'm going to see if anybody remembers what it was. American Muslim, come on, Mission Office of Military Affairs. That was the very first one, early 80s. Brother out of this area right here, he was in the reserves. He was a captain. Khatib was his name. And he started that, and I became one of the regional folks under that organization. And we actually had an imam at the Pentagon shortly after that to open up the way then. And it was so impressive. I didn't really have hardly anything on my sleeves at the time. And Imam Muhammad went to the Pentagon, and generals were jumping to attention for him as though he was one of the highest statesmen around. Generals, they're the highest. You can't get no higher than them. But they popped to attention and were so humbled by Imam Muhammad. And we began the dialogue to then open up the chapters. But that organization, we had some leadership issues, and it failed us, and we later on came back with what Lyndon mentioned. So Abdul Rahman Sharif, again, he's my uncle. He got me started. Thank Allah for that. I want to bring him up, representing the Marines. He's going to also talk about, I think, the Mark. And we know the Mark was just recognized by the president just a month or so ago. Abdul Rahman Sharif.
Assalamu alaikum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank Allah for your presence and your attention.